Okay, we're doing a video to show how you can start from a BNF file and generate your Bison file and build a tree. So we have in Emacs the BNF, and I'm going to convert this into a Bison file, which is quite easy as been shown in a lecture. The first thing I want to do is write that Bison to the BNF to a .y file, so I don't overwrite the BNF, and then I can just do some regular expression edits. So I want to replace the string space colon equals space by space colon space, and that goes through the whole file and does that. I can go back to the top of the file, and now I can replace the string space less than by space, and I can go to the top of the file and I can replace the string greater than space by a space, and then I can do the ones at the beginning and the end of the line. I can replace the string control Q, control J, that's the new line, less than by control Q, control J. And then I can deal with the end of the line. I can replace the string greater than control Q, control J by the control Q, control J. In other words, I just take them off the end of the line. I've got one at the beginning of the file, I can just delete that. And now I want to put a semicolon on these blank lines. So I can replace the string, which is new line, control Q, control J twice. So a blank line, I replace that by a line, a tab character, a semicolon, and a new line. And magically it's put all the semicolons in, and they begin to look like Bison rules. So now I've got to replace all the things by their named tokens, which easier than automating it. I can just put their names in now. So one of the things is maybe I can't remember what I called them, so I can actually split my window, which is Control X2. I can go and visit this file that we made earlier in an earlier video, so you can see what I've called them. So I've called it assigns, and I called it semicolon without the underline. And I called this one this then, and I called this one greater than, and I called this one plus, and I called this one minus, and so on. One thing you actually can notice from my .l file is I haven't done the token for an identifier, so I can put that one in. And this is actually in the web page. So if we recognize an ID, we could return a token for an ID. So that's that one done. So we can go back to our .y file and we can remove letter, digit and identifier because we don't want those as rules. And we need to put something in for a number as well. So a digit is 0 to 9. A letter is A to Z, A to Z, and the number is digit plus. So there we are, we've defined number, letter, digit and identifier for this Pascal-like language. So the other thing we need to do is we now need to put a percent token declaration at the top before our first percent, and then all the tokens that are coming in from the lexical analyzer need to be declared. Now I could do that automatically by a macro, but I'm just copying them. Because it's just a small number. And you don't have to have them all on one line. You can carry on the next line. But there's nothing to stop you doing more than one token declaration. So now I'll very quickly change the BNF file to a sequence of grammar rules in Bison format which I can save. So now I can call Bison on this file pascal-like.y because it's for this Pascal-like language. So I've got some errors here. If statement is used but not defined as a token and has no rules, so I can quickly look here. So you can actually see I made a typo in my BNF. Statement was spelt wrong. And then it says symbol identifier is used but not defined and symbol number. That's because I put them in uppercase. So that's like a typical kind of error that we would have. So instead of identifier, the token is ID, and instead of number it's in uppercase, NUMBER. So then I can go to my command prompt and I I can stick it through Bison again, and then it says symbol statement is used, and then identifier. So I've obviously got identifier somewhere else. It's in the assignment statement. And then it says I've got the word statement, which was wrong in my BNF, which I can save. Now it says I have 3 shift reduce errors. Now I can try to get rid of those, but the other thing I have to remember to do is fix my typos in my BNF, just in case. I'm going to hand it in. So I spelled the word statement incorrectly in 2 places. Right, I fixed that bug. So the next thing I'm going to do is correct the shift reduce errors, and I'll show you how to do that in the next video.